Today we're going to be talking about why we decided to homeschool, and then I'm going to review a documentary that I watched last night that was solid. Okay, so the question is, why did we decide to homeschool? So it's no surprise that we took Nora out of school starting next year. So she is finishing her last week of school in, the normal, she's in private school, but she's in her last week of it right now, in the last Tuesday. She's going to be done on Friday. But we decided to start homeschooling next year. And for us, it was a really, really big decision. It was something that we have wanted to do for a really long time. But if we're very honest and totally transparent, which is my goal, is to be totally transparent here, because I want for everybody else thinking the same things to also be able to have information come up in front of them and think, okay, that's not true, that's not true, that's not true. So some limitations that I was personally even thinking of, and Mike and I together, are that we're not teachers. I didn't do great in school, right? Like, I'm not like super smart lady, great in school. Like, that's just not my, it's not my thing. It wasn't my thing. And while Mike is, of course, very smart, we just didn't fancy ourselves as teachers. And so there was a really big fear going into homeschooling as like, can we do it? Not can she do it. I'm sure she's going to be great at whatever she does. She's awesome. But can we do it? And then whenever I watched this movie last night, it's called Schoolhouse Rocked. It's free. The link is in the description of this video because I really want for you to see it. And what I realized is that it's not a small decision to homeschool. And I knew that going into it. I mean, it's not just like, hey, do you want to send them to school or do you want to keep them home? Like, easy peasy, what's the decision going to be? So it's a lot deeper than that. And it's a lot more life-altering than that. Luke 6:40. A disciple is not above his teacher, but everyone, when he is fully trained, will be like his teacher. We are made to believe, which Mike and I are proof positive of, because I just said it to you guys, that we don't feel like teachers. We don't feel like we can do that, right? We are made to believe by society, by the machine, by whatever you want to call it, the broken world. We are made to believe that we are unable to teach our children. You guys, whenever it comes down to it, the things that are being taught in schools right now are not things that I'm okay with being a teacher to my daughter. If we are putting our kids out into the broken world without this foundation of here's how you learn, here's how you make decisions, here's how you know what the Bible says about things, here's what truth looks like, here's what it looks like to stand up to somebody who is saying something that you don't believe in, right? Here's how you do that in a graceful and effective way. Guys, there's so many different things that we need to be able to teach our kids. So when our kids become the teacher, then that's something we can be proud of. But I'm just not like, it scares me to death to see what's going on in the world. And it's like sending our kids like lambs to the slaughter. I am just beyond thrilled to have chosen to homeschool. Am I still scared to death? Sure. Because do I still have the fear of I'm not a good teacher? Yeah, that's deep. That's deep in me. But am I going to let that get in the way of what I believe is best for Nora? No. I'm going to suck it up, sister, right? I'm going to make it happen. because I believe that this is what we're supposed to do. And I believe that we can't be like the world. I believe we are called to be different. We're called to look different. We're called to behave differently. And this is what that looks like. And so I want for you guys to watch it, to see it for what it is. I was coming into this, I was like, okay, am I going to homeschool? Am I not going to homeschool? And it was a serious thing, but it was a little bit more flippant. But whenever I watched that, I was like, oh no, I need to. Like, there's that. We had already made the decision to anyway, but still, like, oh no, this is much more serious than I even thought. Much more serious than I even thought. This is of utmost importance. I love you guys. Adios. Bye-bye.